Let me ask you something. When did you last see a couple get engaged without a diamond ring? Probably never. Because in your mind, and in almost everyone's mind, a diamond ring is the engagement. It's love, it's commitment, it's forever. But what if I told you that entire belief, that emotion, that tradition, that feeling was invented by one company in one boardroom in one decade? In 1938, diamonds were just another stone. Sales were plummeting. But De Beers had a plan. They hired a New York ad agency to change the way we see love. They didn't just sell rings. They sold a psychological connection. By 1947, the slogan, "A diamond is forever," was born. It wasn't just an ad, it was a revolution. Today, we don't buy diamonds because they are rare. We buy them because of a boardroom meeting 80 years ago. Traditional? Maybe, but manufactured? Absolutely. Stay tuned for more hidden histories.
What if I told you that diamonds are not rare, not valuable by nature, and not even a real investment, and that you've been paying thousands of dollars for a piece of carbon that is, scientifically speaking, less stable than graphite? This is not a conspiracy theory. This is documented history. And it is, without question, the most successful marketing scam ever pulled on the human race. Let's go back, way back, to the 1800s in South Africa. Before 1867, diamonds were genuinely rare. They were found in small quantities in Brazil and India. Only kings and queens wore them. They were a symbol of actual power, because there were almost none of them. But everything changed in 1867. A discovery was made that threatened the entire industry.
In 1867, a massive diamond deposit was discovered in Kimberley, South Africa. Suddenly, diamonds were everywhere. Basic economics says, when supply explodes, price collapses. That's exactly what should have happened to diamonds. But one man refused to let that happen, Cecil Rhodes, a British businessman with an obsession for control. By 1888, he had consolidated nearly all diamond mines into a single company, De Beers Consolidated Mines. De Beers didn't just mine diamonds, they controlled the market. They manufactured rarity by only releasing a few at a time. By the early 20th century, De Beers controlled 90% of the world's supply. They weren't just a company, they were a global cartel, a monopoly so powerful that governments feared them, but they still had one massive problem.
By the 1930s, diamond sales were collapsing. The Great Depression had hit. Nobody was buying luxury goods. And more importantly, there was no cultural reason to buy a diamond. Engagement rings existed, but they were often pearls, rubies, or sapphires. Diamonds had no special meaning attached to love. De Beers was sitting on mountains of diamonds that nobody wanted. So in 1938, they hired the NW Ayer Agency with one mission: make Americans need diamonds. Not want, need. It was a masterpiece of psychological manipulation. They sent diamonds to Hollywood celebrities and made sure they were photographed wearing them. They placed them in movies. They got fashion designers talking and worked with magazines to publish stories about romance. They were engineering culture itself. They weren't selling a product. They were rewriting what love looks like. And then, in 1947, Francis Garrity wrote 4 words that changed the world forever: a diamond is forever. Think about the genius of "a diamond is forever." It doesn't say diamonds are beautiful, it says they are forever. De Beers fused carbon with the concept of eternal commitment. And it worked. In 1939, only 10% of engagement rings had diamonds. By 1990, it was 80%. They manufactured a cultural tradition from nothing. But buy a diamond for $5,000 and try to sell it. You might get 500. De Beers engineered this so you'd never sell. Their vaults hold billions in diamonds, kept hostage to maintain the illusion of scarcity. They turned selling into a moral failing. They even invented the 4 C's: cut, color, clarity, carat, to certify their own value system. They sold a manufactured truth to the world.
De Beers didn't just sell diamonds. They invented the language we use to judge them, turning their metrics into objective truth. But behind the sparkle is a darker history. The diamond trade funded brutal wars in Africa, where blood diamonds cost lives. Rebel groups destroyed entire generations for these stones. Even certification processes often fail to verify conditions on the ground. Now, science has changed the game. Lab-grown diamonds are identical to mined stones. Same hardness, same sparkle, and they cost 80% less. No wonder the old giants are panicking, trying to convince the world that lab-grown is fake. They claim lab-grown has no romance, but they've only ever sold a story, not a diamond. Next time you buy, ask yourself, are you paying for the stone or the story? The choice is finally yours.
So let's be very clear about what a diamond actually is. A diamond is carbon, the same element that makes up coal and pencil lead. It is not magic. It is not inherently valuable. Its value is entirely 100% constructed by one company. Through one of the greatest advertising campaigns in human history, De Beers told you that the size of a diamond measures the depth of love. Not your culture, not your religion. One corporation decided that love needed a price tag, and they decided what that price tag should be. Because they didn't just sell you a product, they sold you an identity. They made you feel that questioning the diamond was questioning love itself. That's not advertising. That's psychological architecture. The object we chose to represent love was chosen for us. The love is real. The diamond? It's the most expensive piece of marketing ever placed on a human hand. And now, you know.